first Overwatch 2 anniversary event is here, almost 2 weeks before the actual 1-year marker of its release in early October of 2022. And with it, old game modes and new ways to buy skins previously unavailable to buy without using real money, which is kind of a big deal. Along with the Hero Mastery for Winston, which I'll be grinding to the max, you can play Battle for Olympus from Season 2 and all of the Winter Wonderland modes from Overwatch 1 and 2 for this first week. For the second week, we'll be seeing Cachemari, Star Wars Galactic Rescue, and 2CP is making a return. Even though 2CP has been playable in arcade outside of events, it's good to have it come back in this form, meaning a lot of people are going to be queuing up and you'll actually be finding games. After that, in week 3, Summer Games and the Mischief and Magic come back. Again, a lot of bangers coming in, except for Winston's Beach Volleyball. I'm not a big fan of Winston's Beach Volleyball. We've seen 2CP in the arcade quite a lot of times, even outside of events, but when it comes in like this, it's good to play it because a lot of people are going to be queuing up at the same time. A big problem with arcade modes is that nobody queues up for them. The one thing that I'm worried about is that because these 2CP maps keep coming back in various forms, it makes me a little bit skeptical that they'll be reworked for future maps and game modes. There are 5 whole 2CP maps: Hanamura, Temple of Anubis, Volskaya Industries, and the ones we haven't seen in a very long time, Horizon Lunar Colony, and an even longer time, Paris. Especially Paris. A lot of these maps have a lot of unfair map geometry that make the game a lot worse to play. But not only do the maps have some good spots in them, not every choke point and angle is really bad to play against, but the aesthetic look of these maps should definitely be reworked into some newer ones. After all, from the 3 maps that were still playable at the end of Overwatch 1, they all had ties to the in-game characters: Genji and Hanzo, Ana and Pharah, and Zarya specifically. In Overwatch 1, Horizon Lunar Colony and Paris were removed from the map pool, but they were meant to be reworked, and Horizon received some changes that made the map a lot better to play. It's in fact still in use today, with the Star Watch game mode coming up soon. But it still makes me wonder what's going to happen to these maps, since they have been working on reworking them for a very long time. Way back, even Paris received some small changes, noticeable but very tiny. So all we can do is wonder what Blizzard is up to behind the scenes. This kind of thing isn't new, as game modes like this have been cycled back multiple times over the years, but it's always good to get fresh modes back, like this, to chill out and have fun after playing some serious ranked games. But the biggest new features by far, and maybe a little controversial, are the skin drops in the shop. Some super exclusive skins, more than half of which were not able to be purchased without real money, are now available to buy with the white Overwatch credits. The 2 biggest being the Cassidy and Soldier 76 skins that are part of the Watch Point pack for $40. And by real money, I don't mean the yellow Overwatch coins. It gets a bit confusing sometimes. But these skins were only available for purchase directly with money. There was no way to get them for free. Because you can earn yellow Overwatch coins by completing your weekly missions, there are ways to get skins for free, even in the shop. But these skins had to be paid using real money. With every new battle pass, there's always bundles you can buy, with tier skips and an exclusive skin. But now, these exclusive skins aren't so exclusive anymore. Even though it's a good thing that these skins are more available to the general public, especially for grinders who don't want to spend money on the game, anyone who's spent money on either a battle pass bundle, the watch point pack, or even just bought some of these skins from the shop when they were available are definitely going to feel a little cheated, since the skins that they bought for money are now available for really cheap. This has already happened in Overwatch 2 before. I personally bought the Beekeeper skin and have a lot of credits left over from Overwatch 1, so I'm a bit conflicted. But all in all, there's a lot of ways to get these skins without paying any money. And not just from credits you've built over using the battle pass or other ways throughout Overwatch 2, but you can now, by completing some challenges in this anniversary, get a lot of credits for yourself. And these aren't the only skins either. In the next week, we should expect to see in the shop a refresh with new skins that haven't been available before. By completing the event challenges, you'll be able to get 1,000 credits a week. And these challenges are just completing games, with wins granting double progress. So 1,000 credits a week for 3 weeks is a total of 3,000. And with those 3,000, you'll be able to buy 1.5 skins. A little bit underwhelming, but most people at this point have accumulated over 1,000 white credits. So at the end of the 2 weeks, you should be able to buy 2 legendary skins. And of course, the epic skins are cheaper at 750 credits. It's important to note that the event, including the returning game modes, ends on October 9th, but the anniversary shop is going to end on October 16th. I'm hoping to see more skins that were previously exclusive added throughout the weeks, but we don't know for sure. This patch has come with no balance changes, but that's to be expected. With the regular rate of balance changes that have come with the start of the season and the middle of the season, there's a lot of changes to the game that's happening regularly, even though sometimes we end up in a spot like this, where Orisa is really dominating along with Bastion and Torb. But for those of us still playing Sombra, her EMP has been fixed. In some situations, especially including Lifeweaver, her EMP simply did not apply. EMP someone right next to them, and it did not do anything at all. Thankfully, that has now been fixed. Sombra's not having a good time right now, and that bug was just adding insult to injury. It's also worth knowing that there's a new crossover event starting in Season 7. That's in less than a month, and it's likely going to be similar to the crossover event with One Punch Man earlier this year. And that one was definitely a big success. And finally, although it happened earlier this month, it went under a lot of people's radar. Overwatch's system for detecting and reporting cheating, harassment, and griefing and throwing games has been improved. Most people have noticed that Overwatch has been recording voice chat to more easily act on instances of toxicity and hate speech, and it's definitely been working so far. I've personally been receiving more messages recently about my reports being actioned on when I start up the game, which is always nice to see. It definitely has a long way to go, but for now, it's doing quite well. That's it for all the new changes in this latest patch. Even though there's not a lot of new stuff, there's still a lot of things to look forward to. And as for the old stuff returning, it's nothing we haven't seen before. We expect this kind of thing out of Blizzard after all. So for now, why not get a couple of friends and play some of the returning game modes while waiting for Season 7 to come out soon. It's likely going to be on October 9th or October 16th. We already know that the Roadhog and Sombra reworks are coming soon. One of them is probably likely to be for Season 7. And as for confirmed content, look forward to seeing the new control map soon. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.